Hi everyone, this is Evelyn. I have a message of the day from Nature's Whispers and the Good Tarot, as well as the read on the table, the 7-deck read that I always do. And we're going to get started. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths first. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's very hot here today without my air conditioning, and it is very sunny and beautiful outside. So let's roll the die first on this May 31st, the last day of May, with the new moon yesterday energies. It's 11:58 on the clock, so 2 minutes before the hour of noon. The 11 of Justice, the 58 of the 4 of Swords, taking a break, a rest, meditation, prayer, the 5D connection between the twins. And for the dice, we have the moon, which is Cancer energies. We are in the new moon energies. We have Taurus here as well, so it's some fixed energy as well as the North Node. And then we have the 3, which is the Empress, which is also Taurus energy, so a lot of fixed energies with Taurus. So really just Taurus and Cancer, but the 3 is also March, which is Pisces going into Aries. So that energy could be coming up as well. June 3rd could be coming up. But again, Gemini's not being focused on in the die here. We have the focus on Cancer season, which is right after Gemini, coming up mid-June here, as we go into June soon. So from Nature's Whispers, these are the cards that came up. I'm going to give you a close-up view of them too, because they're really intricate cards. The underlying energy is here, and then they're just pulled across in the way they came out, 2 and 1, and then 1 and 2. And just to show them close up as well, because they're really intricate. There's a lot of detail in these pictures. Okay, and then the Good Tarot was pulled right after that. Okay, the same thing, that this is the underlying energies, this is the bottom of the deck, and then the way they came out separately and then together, and then separately, the same type of pattern as the first ones they came out. Okay. So today's the 31, which is also the 5 of Wands, so this could be group events, group getting together, sports, gatherings in that sense, a lot of physical activity, outdoor activities, sports as well. Like I said, this can be acting as well. There can be conflict here, competition, as well as the pursuit of happiness and games and fun. So a lot of group activities along with the 2 of Cups, which is that one-to-one energy and partnering up with someone. So with Nature's Whispers, this was done at 9:33 to 34 this morning. And that's the Hermit and the Christ consciousness, along with the 8 of Wands, which is the arrows of love. And there was very beautiful energy coming up in this message of the day. The first card in the underlying energy was coming up to open up your heart again to the divine masculine energy, that is the way it was coming up, with expansion and amplify your positive emotions. The Lady and the Swan, so again, the people from different backgrounds coming together, and the romance by the mountain lake and the moon, as we're in the new moon energies. The divine masculine counterpart and expansion in a handshake bridging multiple rainbows across the crevices in a cave with sheep or dogs perhaps, and riding a young buck. She in the shadows of a city from a flower with liberty, the little girl and butterfly, where he is with bird, and hot air balloons with ships coming in, actually 8 ships to be exact. Destined to wisdom, a new perspective, chariot of positive emotions, as the little girl fairy creates ripples in the creek by the city and seemingly unaffected by it, by that location. At 9:47, the Hermit and the Seven of Cups, which is synchronicities and choices, lots of choices, which can be confusing at times, but it's also heaven in her eyes, especially in this deck. The Hermit, going within, being alone, with heaven in their eyes and synchronicities, seeing the beauty, the 44 card, which is that grounding, integrating, and mastering of receiving of love, in 10 to 11 to 12 flames or candles here, which 10, 11, 12 references the 60, which is instant manifestation, grounding and integrating and mastering the receiving of love in a Venetian type waterway that's crystal clear though, not dirty like Venice, with the borealis oily rainbows, which references the plasma ether type of energy, running through it. The plasma ethers with sun at the entrance, and interesting stone stairways and doorways lining the archway, decorated with wishes and old-fashioned bathing costumes, with buck with special antlers like roots seeking her attention. Sudden inner truths come up here of the little girl lighting her way from the canoe at her special place with magic tunnels both above and below, where each leads to a different world, in the roots of giant trees, and all 4 seasons, palms and spinning wheel plants. And adventure with the number 30, which is the union and the home, floating in a conch shell or a snail, and laying in some residual ocean water within that shell, above the ocean, above this inlet here, between 2 mountains, like the Spanish mountains I had flown over to go to Toulouse, France, in an underwater cave type of city, with huge trees and mountains at the sea, aqua and navy color sea at the entrance, and algae everywhere over the mountains. Contemplation of the lioness butterfly queen, with peacock eyes and butterflies for miles around, and soft pink lush flowers line the grounds. In the valley with cloud layers all the way up to the sky, the human female and the masculine lion times 2, with female lion watching the situation that doesn't make sense to her because they're from different backgrounds, right? Different species at 10, 11, which is the Wheel of Fortune and justice or alignment, truth and balance. So it doesn't make sense to her as she's like put apart from this situation, the female lion here, and yet she noticed that how beautiful it is, or she and her pet, this is the divine feminine, can also be with her pet as well as a daughter with a pet, so it could be 2 people with their pets, and planning on mating them perhaps looking for their perfect match. So somebody might have a pet and they're looking to have some puppies. So at 10:13, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the transition or death card, infinite blessings with number 17, the butterfly fairy delivering frost to the villages below, a little dreamland cooling off perhaps. And then, so there could be some unusually cool energy coming up after this heat wave. It's like free natural freon coming in to cool things off. A bountiful harvest, number 28, which is the choice of path or twin flames, for the earth and its inhabitants, flowers and butterflies and birds and rainbow swirls, painting a pretty picture for the earth to look at, the borealis lights everywhere, as dreams come true for the twin flames at 10:19, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. From the Good Tarot at 10:22 is the Wheel of Fortune and the 22 of the Fool's Journey and the Fool. The underlying energy of the trumpeters, call to love, she again and her lion, the King of Water and his angelfish, the 9 of Earth bird, the woman with a bud in her hands, in a wake-up call to the lovers as the King of Cups or unconditional love and their sovereignty is coming up very strongly here. At 10:25, the Wheel and the Knight of Wands with temptation in that heart-shaped bite of the apple, the treasure chest and the chalice that rests upon and she holds dear, her flowering heart. The 3 of Earth workplace, seeing what she wants and going for it. The strength of the masculine king, again the Lion King coming up here, trapped by the false lady and crying out for his true love. As the Buddha 10 of Water family, or the Emperor enjoying their summer or vacation with his big belly jiggling and smiles, The High Priestess, number 2, with visions of the ships coming in, the seagulls and the eagles, and guiding their way to peace, out of the storm. But the Empress, or Taurus energy here, and it was like she's coming up as kind of in a negative energy, and it's like saying, God, give me strength. Full of grain and wheat, and trying to look like the High Priestess, but there's no glow in their face. There's no happiness in her face or her aura. A little bit of rose and white, but mostly brown tinged with green, and standing alone as the lion has left her side to stand on his own and pretend to be a human without her covering for him. So he's coming up as literally a lion, and she's coming up as the female who was with him, as he and the lion in the other deck was calling out for his true love away from her, even though she was kind of owning him. So now he's left that energy of the Empress, but he's still a lion in this deck. It's a totally different deck, and yet the Emperor has a lion head, but he's pretending to be a human, like with kind of like a knight's, he's got knight's covering in, silver hands and stuff like that, so you can't tell that he doesn't have a human body because he's got a masculine lion head. So a little bit of rose and white in the Empress here, but mostly brown tinged with green, and standing alone separately from the Emperor lion, who has left her side to stand on his own and pretend to be a human without her covering for him. The Lion King, lying to himself instead of being that Buddha energy and enjoying the aqua water and smiles, the flowers and falls, and being with his true love at 1047, that destiny of the 47 and heaven in their eyes. So that was the message of the day. So now going back to the read on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a pretty quick one. So here's the 7-deck read that's on the table, so you can see it from above. Okay, for those of you not familiar with my read, sorry about that. It's a 7-deck read, and we have the Romance Angels, the Trove Sexual Magic, the Mini Rider Waite. The main deck is the SIRIAN Starseed deck. This is the Universal Golden Tarot. We have the Gilded Tarot back there, and the Numerology deck in the back corner on the other side right there. And we pull Oracle cards at the end as well. So this was cut and dealt at 7:22 last night. The 7 of the Chariot, the 22 again of the Fool or the Fool's Journey. And at 7:30, which is then the Home and the Union, AR came up. However that comes up for you. Actually, let me look up, see if there's a quick definition for that. And let's see what comes up for AR. It may come up with a lot, so let's see here. It's struggling. It's probably because it's so hot in my house. It's not good for the computers. So let's see, the AR is coming up. Besides R, obviously, it's also gold. It comes up as gold. Treasure, gem. So again, at 7:30, the Chariot is the feminine within the masculine ascending, and the 30 is union. And here it's coming up as gold. A treasure, a gem. Precious. Yellow, white, and bright. Blonde, bright, light, and hair is coming up, as well as I plow. There's also a feeling of shame in the male here. And the maple tree, that's funny, we were just talking about the color maple outside this morning. And mouth also comes up. And air, breathing the air. And damn it, someone's saying damn it. Damn it, Janet. So you get the idea. So that's the energy coming up from AR. I finished clarifying at 7:42, which is the Chariot and the 2 of Cups again, because today is the energy of the 42. And the code line's number was number 7. So big 7s today with the Chariot, which is the feminine within the masculine ascending. And the major arcana for this read are Reflection, which is the Hermit, Higher Self, Alchemy, which is the Temperance card, Karma, which is Judgment, the Lovers, the Divine Lovers in this deck, and the Star. Before the read was Luna, or the Moon, and after the read, so that's reflecting the new moon, and after the read is the Hanging Man and Ascension. So there were 2 pentacles, 1 wand, 2 swords. There were no cups in the main cards here, and that number is 212. or 21 and 12, which is the world, and the 12 of wisdom, the hanging man. And then the Page of Pentacles was the only court card in the read. We had the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles prior to the read, and the Queen of Wands after the read today. That was just a delivery. It's okay. He's going away. Thank you. So the numbers were all about double eights. So we have the twin flames dancing within their masculine and feminine side by side. And the number 4 and 2. So the 2 is the High Priestess, 4 is the Emperor. And then 78, which is the 10 of Pentacles, that dream family or heaven on earth. We also have 12 of the Hanging Man, 24 of the Queen of Wands, 45 of the 5 of Cups, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and then in a lesser sense 56, which is that 2 of Swords, and being in your knowing, keeping peace of mind, or pretending not to know so you don't have to deal with something. So double eights were the most significant number here today. And then the code line was all about number 7, which is that calm before the storm, before the 8, that going within energy. The code line was all about relationship change and spiritual career, health, and moderation as well. And it was split up into spiritual career, just had the S taken off the spiritual career, which is coming up as Pi ritual. And Pi, remember, is that circle with the line down the middle. It's a very balanced human embodiment, but it's not dancing yet. There's no movement, but there is balance. And then relationship was broken down into re and lationship. And lation is movement of a celestial body. So it's literally regarding movement of celestial bodies or spaceships above, and change and health and moderation. So the way the interpretations came up here is expanding and contracting, or staying in the middle, reflecting instead. The egg, the mother, perhaps the pine tree or fire, or voice or sound of the mother energy in the egg. And the energy of the mother and child came up again today for me as well in the tree. And AI is also coming up here regarding the Chariot and seeing the key, the silly icing of the higher self, the water closet coming up. So it's like saying it's silly. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face, icing off your higher self, because that's part of you. So if you do something negative to your higher self or your twin, you're doing it to yourself. And the water closet's coming up as the reference to your twin, because the water closet is like a secret place of emotions between the two of you. So it's silly to ice your higher self. So you're being referenced as the water closet here. The Sophia Pi ritual career, that balanced human but without movement, with health, relationship, and regarding celestial movement of ships above, and changes there, as well as moderation. It was also coming up as something marked for death, which can be a big change. AI chariot, which can be an AI ship. And seeing the key of the Fool icing the higher self, and perhaps wanting to use that on the twins, right? By getting you in a bad mood to take it out on your twin. So an ugly person also comes up, immoral or rude. The wild sword, like the wild card, or the husband coming up here. The I, divine feminine within the masculine, seeing the key of the foolishness it is to ice the higher self. And the crack is coming up here too. Right, the crack, causing the crack between you. Like the crack, like an earthquake crack, because that was coming up as well recently. Also to protect the ruler's wife, right? The one who protects the concubine or the princess or the queen or the empress, the goddess, no matter what. To marry the princess, the goddess, the queen, or the empress. To couple, to move, to feel, discard, and shoot. Artificial intelligence, divine feminine in the masculine, ascending to seek expected flying objects. So expecting the ships to come in from above into a meadow, to idle by law. So again, this is this energy of a ship not being allowed to park there, but they can idle and stop there to drop something off. To break out in laughter, express glee, and show happiness with the higher self. Or the higher self seeing the worst case scenario. So also the worst case scenario can be someone laughing at you and what you say to them are your feelings. So remember, that's just the worst case scenario, so there's really nothing to worry about as long as you can love yourself first. learning to be alone and happy with yourself alone is what keeps you happy in all situations, because no matter what somebody else does to you or doesn't do to you or for you, you still have yourself to be happy with. So it's reinforcing that energy again regarding your spiritual career, your relationship change, your health, and your moderation here, and all about the number 7 of that quiet place in the calm before the storm in the Chariot, which always contains the masculine and the feminine together. Also, smooth as silk comes up here, perhaps 7 students being silly, and icing the higher self in the bathroom perhaps, which is that water closet. So again, that happy, silly place that it can be between the 2 inner children in their twin flame connection at 828, which is the dance of the twins. The underlying energy here is the 7 of Pentacles upright, which in this deck for me, the SIRIAN Starseed deck, is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E tower, which can be now the eagle's nest, right, up on the mountain. But beneath that 7 of Pentacles, which is also reaping the rewards of your efforts, beneath that is the 5 of Pentacles reversed, the Moon or Luna reversed, the 8 of Cups reversed, the Page of Swords reversed, and then the Knight of Pentacles reversed before that 7 of Pentacles upright. So recovering from deception at the new moon, uncomfortable with the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, perhaps the Hermit coming out of the Mary Magdalene cave, uncomfortable, not peeking out and not offering something to the Divine Feminine in the E tower. So again, showing up without something to offer is coming up here. I'm also getting coming out of the Mary Magdalene cave, uncomfortable not being able to park there. So someone, again, by law can't park somewhere with a car or a ship, whatever it is for you, but you're allowed to idle there, but not park. But wanting to bring something to the E tower, which is interesting too, because I just had a delivery dropped off. And he was kind of looking at me. I don't know why he was looking through the window when he left, because he was just dropping. He didn't need me to come to the door. He looked, I don't know, concerned or something. So after, with the Fool reversed here, in the falls, which can represent falling, lacking faith, falling from grace, or literally being at the falls, lacking faith perhaps, and falling into sharing or falling into something you weren't expecting to do, or bumping into someone, or ending up settling instead of doing what you wanted. Destined to greatness here in union, being given choices, perhaps at home or a home. After falling or settling out, destined to take what was offered, or given 2 choices, perhaps on a home or at home. The Emperor reversed, imprisoned, or anxious at the new moon, or about a deception, or about getting up too early in order to juggle or perform or do the daily routine, while stressed out, suffering in silence, or not sleeping well. With Cancer and Aries reversed and Libra upright here, aroused before dawn, or the natural wake-up call for a man, or the whistleblower on deception or foolish performance and can't get out of their mind in order to sleep before they have to do this thing where they need to be on and ready. The dinosaur in modern shoes, or shoes from Barney's, and lobster cooked, hung out to dry, not really a lobster, but a cray or crabfish, or crayfish or crab. They were hanging out with the dogs in order to look like there's something they're not. So again, hanging out with the rich people who aren't necessarily nice people, because they're coming up as the dogs, in order to look like the powerful people, or the wealthy people, they're famous people, but they're not actually one of them. Or this is also somebody watching videos all night long because they can't sleep, or maybe that's causing them not to be able to sleep because there's too much perhaps EMF type energy around them. Recovering is the Knight of Cups reversed, rejected by the Queen of Wands upright in a falling out in the past, where the Queen of Wands may have a black cat, or familiar, or baby mouse, and the Knight of Cups reversed, afraid of mice, or a fraidy cat. The negative past, or Lucy and Charlie Brown, where Lucy always picks on Charlie Brown, right, because he's very more of a soft or introverted personality. So unrequited love, and beneath that romantic feelings, of children recovering from exile, or an injury or an illness, or longing of the past, being strong-armed into drinking the water, with big palms and big feet, forcing them perhaps, with the 3 of Wands and harp playing, or excuse me, the 3 of Swords and harp playing, whether this has to do with the instrument or the harp, which can be a derogatory term, with a madam nearby here, or strumming their pain with his fingers, plucking one string at a time. Perhaps a narcissistic hierophant getting them drunk, potions or roofies here. So this could be also some kind of this could be red light district, this could be a whorehouse type of energy, but it also can be just someone, this could be someone who's living in a normal community, but kind of selling themselves on the side for sex, kind of like the gigolo. That could be coming up as well, but this is also someone who's putting roofies in people's drinks, or perhaps casting spells or making potions or getting them drunk. And this is a narcissistic hierophant energy that's coming up here regarding this energy. And also with apple-bottom girls. This can be, an old man who's of the old ways and thinks he can do whatever he wants and treat women very badly. So apple-bottom girls or music therapy, playing romantic music to lull them into submission. The reader behind the curtain, are those that make you feel like there's something suspicious, even like a card reader that you might, see on the boardwalk or something and not sure if you can trust it or not. Or they say it's your birthday. They say it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday to ya. So happy birthday, Gemini. I don't know what that means behind the curtain. And that can also be, getting you a stripper or something like that. Perhaps you don't want one, but your friends want one, so they got one for you, and that could be really uncomfortable for some people. There may be a message or a massage room in the back. And that's just reminding me, too, when I was a teenager working down the shore, I got a job at a restaurant off the beach, off the boardwalk. It was an Italian restaurant where the guy had a cot in the back and was always trying to get the girls to go in the back with him. He ended up taking off with all of the supplies from the restaurant. He was, a thief, bad guy, so you got to be watching out what your kids are doing and who they're working for. A massage room in the back, a mix of potions, and white kiss of death. But this can be a feminine energy as well. With Leo and Sag upright, Taurus reversed, and a three-way situation perhaps, or a three-way kind of, under the underground business here that's not quite on the up and up. It doesn't look quite kosher to me. So follow your dreams with 85, and maybe it's just not kosher, so it doesn't follow their religious beliefs. So follow your dreams is the 85, which is the reverse of the 58 of the Four of Swords, which is grounding in your union into your current reality. And beneath that, love partnership with 26, which is that inspiration. And then at 857, which is the dance of the Three of Swords again, the broken heart, the separation, the disappointment, or perhaps a minor surgery, drained after the Queen of Wands, is healing with the King of Wands here, or perhaps there are a couple of healers, and they're both upright, the King and Queen of Wands, with the Three of Swords reversed between them. Perhaps draining the King of Pentacles reversed with no drive, and vulnerable. This also can be like healers that look very upstanding who are actually doing this to take people's energy, like energy vampires. So that could be coming up as well. Because the King of Pentacles reverse is coming up as really drained, with no drive after seeing these healers, and vulnerable, or feeling rejected, or Pisces with unhappy family, or they unfulfilled, but triumphing over the field, which is being in your truth, but not doing it with love. So that may end up not being very satisfying. And the movie that came up last night on Netflix was Je suis Carl, which is I am Carl, which ended up, being very violent at the end. So again, be careful who your children are getting involved with, right? They think they're doing something for a cause that's good, but they end up just causing more violence after having experienced some violence, and that's why they end up joining up in the first place. So again, be careful what your kids are getting involved with. So 9 o'clock p.m., Divine Feminine in 5D, ending an emotional cycle of the war within, in need of closure and taking no prisoners, with Leo reversed, Pisces reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed. The enemy taking down the Divine Feminine's heart. Perhaps a sister or suffering in silence with a negative past, or falling out with Sagittarius with attitude, mixing potions with a narcissistic Taurus and Leo to hold them down. And that could be, taking care of animals as well. Follow your dreams, again 85, and grounding union into reality, Or 2 fire healers may be sick of the King of Pentacles reversed and their Page of Cups reversed, and unfulfilled family who's never happy or never satisfied and taking it out on everyone else. The truth of those who are unhappy or unfulfilled, waging war to reap rewards. Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown, as the past returns, and being patient with, or a patient with dreams. So then going after this read, the energy was coming up as uncomfortable, feeling foolish, reaping rewards, offered a package that killed the Queen of Swords. And again, that's the kind of energy of the, bombers leaving packages that are bombs, so be careful about that. The Queen of Swords upright and the King of Cups reversed. Don't take in packages that don't belong to you. Just refuse. And that may be a warning to someone not to take in somebody else's package. Say no. The Queen of Swords upright and the King of Cups reversed, or offered another chance at life when others have passed away. So again, there's that guilt of someone who has survived others, especially in a group death. The Queen of Swords upright and the King of Cups reversed, grieving the world upside down. The wounded warriors surrender to painful death, and the Chariot on the warpath to that 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or perhaps heaven on earth, right? Insisting on having that now, but that if you go with an aggressive energy, you may just cause more damage in your wake. So the 10 of Swords upright leading to the 10 of Pentacles upright, which is a lot of pain and blaming it on the wealthy, that kind of energy. So remember, the best way to transmute energies is to love that energy, just like the horse trainer. The horse trainer doesn't beat up the wild horse to get them to submit, or the good ones don't anyway. They just show up every day with love and an apple until the horse learns to trust them and comes on their own. The recent past is the 8 of Wands, an energetic exchange. The Page of Pentacles with an invitation to the Divine Feminine in the 5D in need of peace. At war with juggling, performing, perhaps to recruit the Knight of Wands upright to come along with them. Overworked, underpaid, or healing, the bird taking off to the Empress upright, with the 10 of Cups upright, perhaps receiving an offering. You can't give me back what was already mine. So this is someone offering to give something to them and expecting to get like gratitude from that when they actually took away from them something they're now bringing back and expecting to be thanked for that, even though it wasn't theirs to begin with. The foundation here is the Page of Pentacles upright, curious at work and disconnect or at a distance from the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community without affection. The Magician manifesting by offering a new life. Students co-creating at a distance. And then the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community on a larger scale, in need of love to be manifested and offered freely to help each other out, like, one big family around the world. The central energy of reflection of the Hermit going within. The Hermit holding on and being moderate with guidance. The light on themselves and handing they may be hanging out with the Emperor reversed, or leaving the Emperor reversed hung out to dry by quote unquote the man. And the 10 of Cups family, there may be a deception here. The family's upright, but are they the sham fam, pretending to be perfect on the outside and not within? Or is there literally deception within that happy family and grieving spiritually, perhaps a divorce or anti-establishment, the tainted leaders and the need to think outside the box, but in a loving way, not in a violent way. The Queen of Wands upright looking the other way, like pretending she doesn't see something when she really needs to heed and follow her own intuition about something, even if she likes someone a lot. The challenge being the higher self upright, the Hermit shedding light on the home and the union, imprisoned between the King of Pentacles reversed, who can be someone who's just ungrounded right now or just having a hard time financially, or he can be someone who's all about the money and could care less about anybody else. But the King of Pentacles reversed, she's stuck between that rock and a hard place type of energy, between the King of Pentacles reversed and the warrior on the other side, or perhaps a trip or a car, or the need to boldly go where no man's gone before type of energy. The King of Pentacles reversed and the higher self of the Hermit, overworked and not heeding the call, or feeling unworthy and suffering in silence. Or again, this could be not sleeping well, and there could be a sister involved here too. The harsh truth of betrayal, of sharing their codependencies, perhaps going out to eat, which may not be good for them. Maybe it's not organic, or they're eating things that then shut their bodies down. But going out to eat together and sharing codependencies, which that can be one of them, with patient angel, but without peace, with the Queen of Pentacles upright and at rest, with the King of Pentacles reversed, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and those three can be siblings as well as the Page of Cups upright and the King of Wands reversed, or 5D connection with the whole family. It's just like the Queen of Pentacles connecting with her twin, but in doing that ends up connecting with the whole family on that side, which is kind of a gross energy. They shouldn't have to do that or feel that. At 1026, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and that Page of Wands of inspiration. These also can be a bunch of siblings. Maybe the Queen of Pentacles is helping her family or siblings here find rest, or if they're not sleeping well, maybe assessing what needs to happen in order to change that. But the Page of Cups is upright as well, which can just be a message of love that's coming in. Or again, the 5D connection with the whole family here. It just takes one. I was just getting it just takes one to ruin the batch, right? It just takes that one bad seed to infiltrate a good family and take it down. So be careful of that. So bringing in, boyfriends, girlfriends who may not be who they're pretending to be. So parents, again, be careful of your children as well as yourselves. Make sure you know someone before you get involved with them or bring them into the family. The Queen of Pentacles upright, sleeping with the King of Pentacles reversed. And perhaps with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Cups upright, and the King of Wands reversed may all be in the house. Or the Knight of Pentacles reversed is blocking a message of love from the King of Wands reversed, not wanting it to come into the family. And now here is the Two of Swords upright, perhaps floating on air and comfortably numb. The Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands both upright here, with a negative past getting attention about the inequity of being taken down. The Queen of Swords upright, uncomfortable, not being able to just walk away from something. And the Death or Dark Night offering and being ignored by the one detoxing, the Patient Angel, or Capricorn reversed and Saggy upright, unhappy with themselves or with being alone, no longer wanting to do the avoid dance, present to dumping multiple loads or emotional attachments, confusion of the Queen of Pentacles, who may be in conflict with the King of Wands reversed, but no longer confused and no longer fantasizing, the King of Wands reversed about his abuse or his frustration of the Page of Swords reversed and the Sovereign reversed, which can be two kids or dependents, and then the Magician who has to manifest with all tools on board and be on at all times. Gemini or Virgo, and the Empress with the King of Swords reversed, fending off unwanted advances, or perhaps deliveries I was just getting, from the Empress upright, using her feminine wiles to get what she wants from him. And this is coming up as a very kind of dark Empress energy. And like manipulating him by saying it's for the children, or a vacation, it's for the children, but it's really always what she wants to do. Or exposing all. The King of Swords reversed, present to gifts, with the King of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Cups upright, and that King of Wands reversed. And soon here is Alchemy upright, with the King of Pentacles reversed, imprisoned by the Chariot, boldly moving to end pain, with the King of Cups reversed, which can be someone with conditions of love or manipulative or totally emotionally detached. The King of Cups reversed can have Scorpio in their chart, or be a Scorpio actually, in a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange here, standing up to the group and needing to be alone, with the High Priestess giving the truth and schooling the goose, destined, detoxing the Magician, manifesting. With Saggy, Scorpio, and Pisces, Libra all upright, as well as Gemini or Virgo upright. Capricorn here is reversed. All these signs here for a higher love. The twin flames seeing themselves as karma reversed, holding back an announcement or receiving the Ace of Cups, self-love, spiritual love, new love, from the one keeping to themselves. The Star The star, the dream, healing under the radar, with Justice, Libra, or Aquarius, and third party being strong, coming clean about or in an energetic exchange. The arrows of love, with karma or karmic person pretending it doesn't exist, when actually they know very well it does, but they're pretending it doesn't so they don't have to leave a situation. With Aquarius, Libra, and Leo upright here. Flirt, worth waiting for, honeymoon, and trust. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Four of Swords, their 5D connect. At rest with the Page of Cups and that message of love and a broken heart in 5D connection, dumping multiple loads, emotional attachments, and or confusion, or all must go, perhaps in a yard sale. The block here, or the challenge or clearing of the block that needs to happen, is the Lovers reversed. The frustration with the truth, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who may be stubborn and blocking the Empress. The Gemini reversed and Taurus upright here. Spiritual career, health, relationship change, and moderation. The justice of an all-business relationship that's not working out. The star healer and dreamer, or the rock star receiving lots of affection and or gifts. Burdened by stardom, or leaving the wounded warrior behind. Dumping all but one flame. Aquarius and Libra both upright here, with the Queen of Wands getting attention with a reputation, hanging out with the world upside down, or Capricorn and Pisces upright, but Pisces also reversed with a big outpouring of love as the messenger of truth comes in. Taurus or Empress, Aquarius and Queen of Wands, all upright energy there, perhaps with a reputation of bringing good news to the hanging man, and the upside down world bringing love through delivery here at 1050, which is the Wheel of Fortune and emotional fulfillment of the family. The Divine Feminine's heart may be suffering in silence, or stressed out, or not sleeping, or dealing with the sister, with the Page of Pentacles curious but withholding on break in energetic exchange, with Hermit reflection, challenged by their higher self, alchemizing a higher love in a breakup, or without affection, or in need of affection, and numb, floating on air, as the rock star, the healer, the dreamer at 1053, the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords coming in, and the Queen of Wands leading the way to see new perspectives about our upside down world and to offer love anyway. The Hermit coming out of the cave at the new moon, uncomfortable with the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who may be reaping rewards, perhaps not deserving it, of the Divine Feminine's heart, an energetic exchange and taking down the field. The Page of Pentacles reflecting the Hermit, comfortably numb, challenged by their higher self, and needing to swallow their pride and be patient, balanced, and alchemize, to rest, take breaks, and meditate in 5D connection, in need of affection and dreams to come true, as the Page of Wands delivery with good news, or expecting attention to hang out with the dysfunctional world and get unlimited love from them in return at 1059, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords, the War Within. So there is your read. So let's see what comes up from the cards today. I'm going to pull from Shaman Dreams, and then we'll get you a Journey of Love card too. It's just 43-34. The Three of Cups of coming together, and the 34 of the energetic exchange, or Hours of Love. It's 12:40 on my clock too, which is the Hanging Man, and the Page of Cups, that message of love, seeing new perspectives of innocence and purity of love. Take another deep breath. And we end this read with the Ace of Cups upright, by the way, and the Knight of Swords coming in with the truth, or the messenger truth, and the Knight in Shining Armor can be coming in as well. We have the Taurus North Node and for follow through, as well as the new moon in your favor, and the Three of Good Luck. Right, that happy-go-lucky energy. We have the Sky Bridge, possibility for union, the 47 of dreams coming true. Right, heaven in your eyes, seeing synchronicities, and dancing on one foot, the balancing act, right? It's kind of like that three-legged race. As she stretches out with a pointed toe, the 9 is the Hermit. Very green. So somebody new at something. It's like that Page of Pentacles energy of starting something new. And again, look, she's using her foot to make the bridge across here. Okay, so she's bridging with her foot, making all things possible. And here's the open contract. It's yours to write, the sacred contract between you and your twin. The Seven of the Chariot, which is the feminine within the masculine, ascending together. And the Drifter, experiencing life as it comes on that ship, sailing wherever it may, the 14 of that patient angel off path in a higher love. The bottom of the deck is the Magician's Sword. There's Excalibur here. And there's a lot of writing on there. Hieroglyphics type of energy. The 37 of the King of Cups and unconditional love, the Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic is how you give unconditional love. And with symbols here. Beneath that is the eyes of the eagle, rising above the fray. So again, there's that eagle eye coming up, and the love between the eagles. And the aperture, the way you see things, adjusting that and decorating it too. Again, the perspective difference of the masculine and the feminine, which for the masculine is the more focused view, the feminine is more of the creative and shaping view, decorating and that kind of stuff. And that can be within each of you. So the Magician's Sword coming out is the underlying energy, the Magician's Sword and Excalibur, which is all about communication in different languages all around the world, unconditional love, and building that bridge and the possibility of union by stretching that leg, even if you're green at first, right? Giving it a try. Even if you don't succeed at first, you may succeed the next time. It's okay. It's all in the journey. Dancing one foot, the balancing act, until you're steady on your feet. The Hermit going within, and then learning to write the contract as you go. You don't have to have it ahead of time. Just jump right in. The sacred contract between the twins in the Chariot, going within the one of the Hermit and the all of the 9 in the Chariot, the feminine within the masculine, ascending together and drifting along in their ship of happiness. It's like the mercy ship of a higher love, experiencing life as it comes. This is beautiful read. Let's see what the journey of love has for you guys. I'm going to read for you the Sky Bridge too, the possibility for union, but I'm going to pull this card first. I'm seeing the Queen and King of Wands up right here too. They're in very powerful energy right there next to the flame. They're up there in the corner back here. All right, so from the journey of love, what is our message? What is our takeaway from today? Okay, there we go. The ethereal touch, the 27 of that Ace of Wands. So again, that very fiery energy is coming up. Oh, as well as the Ace of Swords. So that's the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, and these two guys came up too. Loving all that is, the Fool's Journey, like saving space, holding space, and acceptance that dreams are real, right? This is like a fantasy world, the enchanted forest, but it is the truth. It's coming up as the 5, which is that Ace of Swords, the Excalibur. Is my attention was just distracted to the butterfly going to the white flower outside. So knowing that fairy tales are real, and they can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. The underlying energy is the 45 of the grief, the purging that needs to happen to unravel that hidden beauty within, right? To find your worthiness. The woman of light, getting her wish, bathed in light, and then purging out the excess that's not needed. It's like washing out your body of the negative light, the darkness in there, and just washing it right out. So let's see if I can find my little book. Oh, there it is. Okay, so from the Sky Bridge, which is 47, and again, all about your dreams coming true, the possibility for union, what needs to be connected or disconnected. You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon, though, or you run the risk of being stuck at the edge of the cliff. Life has brought you to this moment to offer you as yet undreamt of possibilities, but you must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you're allowed to breathe. You're allowed a breath or two before the leap, so take a bit of time to yourself. Get away for a day or two of contemplation, or even just for a few minutes, walk to clear your head. Muster your courage so that you may cross the sky bridge. The sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. Life believes you are ready, even if you do not agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans and preparation. Respond with a determined yes, and let the universe take care of the details. You need only hold on to your positive affirmation, and the way will become obvious as you take flight and clear the abyss. And that's just agreeing with what I'd said earlier, right? You don't need to be prepared if it's something new. Just jump right in and you'll learn as you go. And then from the Journey of Love is coming up. The first card out was the Ethereal Touch, number 27, which says, Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you're having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Trust in the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that though the sacred temple of your body gifts you with hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. And this is my input too. Don't forget about your eyes, because when I first started learning Reiki, it was actually my eyes that were affecting the person we were practicing on more than even my hands. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. In a world of no coincidences and no mistakes, you are heaven sent. I thank God for the opportunity to know you, to experience your kindness, your generosity, and most of all, our love. How long I've waited to open my heart, to bare my soul, to let my power comfort and my arms hold, to let my wisdom counsel and my love awaken. While this is only the beginning, when I look in your eyes, I know. Remember your water, your rest, your joy in your nature. And I love you guys. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye. Have an amazing day, guys.